everybody. I'm Kerry.
And I'm Brandon. And this is Middle Aged Geeks. This is the podcast where we talk about the fact that we are geeks and we are also middle aged.
This end of the year episode, we're going to recap 2016 and talk about the things that we were into this year. So I guess we'll kind of just pop culture stuff. We'll start off talking about video games. I guess I'll start off the game that I continue to play almost every day, at least 5 days a week, is Heroes of the Storm. So
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to maintain my addiction. I think that I limit myself to 3 days a week. I figure if I play 3 days every week, I have no reason to feel guilty.
there you go. I'm fine with feeling guilty about it. Yeah, just continue to play Heroes of the Storm. I think what's cool about Heroes that gets you back into the game on a daily basis kind of thing is the daily quests.
The daily quest helps, but mostly, I mean, it's just Blizzard's innovation. They have people working endlessly to keep the game from becoming stale, and they do a really good job.
They keep adding heroes.
They keep adding heroes. They keep adding game modes. They keep adding quests and incentives. They keep the toxic players out of the system. It's just a fucking awesome game.
Yeah, the most recent hero they added was Ragnaros.
And
raid boss, the most people's very first raid boss in World of Warcraft. Would you say?
I can't remember.
I would say Molten Core is usually the one most people start with.
I think that would have been mine, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I gotta say, fun hero.
You have played him.
Oh yeah, there was a brawl. I played him in the brawl.
Oh, awesome.
And I loved it.
I bought him the day he came out because I don't normally do that because, they're often overpowered and imbalanced and buggy when they first come out. But I couldn't help it. He just looked so much fun. So I got him the day he came out, and I don't regret it at all.
Well, moving off of Heroes, the other game I probably played the most this year, though I'm not really playing it lately, was Fallout 4.
Yeah, I was going to say Fallout. I haven't played Fallout. In fact, the only Fallout game I have played is 3 for maybe an hour.
Yeah. No, I've been a big fan of Fallout since Fallout 2 in high school. And then Fallout 3, I got as soon as it came out in New Vegas, and now Fallout 4.
You know what? I played the Fallout game on my phone. That little
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah,
Fallout.
Fun.
Yeah, that came out that came out last fall, but I mean, you probably played it in 2016.
Yeah, no, I definitely played it. Was it this year? I don't even know. I think
Fallout Shelter came out last September 2015, and then Fallout 4 came out in October. I was just opening Steam to see. I've got 188 hours in Fallout 4. So, but the last time I played it was before Halloween. So, I was super into Fallout 4 and played it a lot. Modded it to all get out, which I tend to do with any Bethesda game, especially. I played it a lot, and it was really enjoying it. I know a lot of people had complaints about it, but I think it's probably my favorite game of the year for me. Though, like I said, it came out in 2015. But
yeah, but you played it significantly this year, which qualifies.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
The only other game I think I really played extensively this year, outside of Heroes, was Mario. I got into a Mario kick recently, and I've been playing that a lot at the house.
Which Mario?
New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Oh, okay, yeah,
because
that's a fun one.
I played it when I first came out, and I beat it, and then I just set it down and never came back to it. And then I was playing in a friend of mine's house a couple of months ago, and I realized that on his save file, he had completed everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I never did that. And not one to be outdone, I've been working on it at the house, and it's been fun.
We use the one where you can become a cat, right?
That's Mario 3D.
Oh, okay.
We use the side-scrolling 2D.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, this was a really sad year for video games for me. 2016, I'm going to join the consensus and say that 2016 was crap, so I didn't really get a whole lot of gaming in this year.
No. Well, I did. Another game I played a lot this year that I'm still playing a lot is Skyrim.
And for those of you who have YouTube accounts and have heard of YouTube, you need to check out Kerry's Skyrim series about Hanzo the Magical Cat. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm behind on episodes on that. I've actually captured about 2 episodes more of footage. Like I've specifically captured specific things to make into episodes. I just haven't sat with a video editor for 2 or 3 hours and made the video. Because every time I have 2 or 3 hours, well, I don't usually have 2 or 3 hours, but anytime I do, I want to play something rather than cut a video. But I need to do that because I've got 2 episodes in the can. Just need to put them together. But yeah, I'm still playing that. We talked about that on the previous episode though, so I won't get too far into that. But I'm
Yeah.
still really enjoying it, and got some more mods for it. I just discovered a new mod. I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me. Called Khajiit Speak. That when you're playing a Khajiit character, it makes your dialogue options change to the way the Khajiit talk. So, and I just, yeah, that's such a tiny thing, but it made my day, and I thought you would like that because I know you love the Khajiit.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so like I ran into on Christmas Day, and I don't know if it's a scripted thing or what, but I was playing on Christmas Day, and I'm going through the mountains, and I just run into these 3 drunk guys, and they're each just named Merry Reveler, and like, welcome, good to see someone on this fine holiday. Here, share some beer with us, or share some mead with us, and they offer me mead.
Huh.
I assume that it's something that happens when you play on Christmas Day.
I can't imagine.
That's pretty cool.
How could that not be a coincidence?
Yeah, it can't be a coincidence. So, but anyway, so with the Khajiit Speak thing, my answer was, Khajiit would love to share your alcohol, human, or something like that. And it was pretty funny.
That's fun.
So yeah, I played that. I'm still playing Overwatch. I'm not playing Overwatch as much. This summer I played it a lot, but now I play it maybe like once every, like one night every week or every 2 weeks. They've got just like Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch made by Blizzard. They're doing a holiday thing, so they've got lots of really cool holiday skins.
I saw your Halloween skins; those are totally cool.
Yeah, the Halloween skins were amazing. The holiday ones, the Christmas ones are really cool too. Though they've got Santa Claus, Torbjorn, and gingerbread. I mean not gingerbread, Nutcracker, Zenyatta, and a few other pretty cool ones. So I got on to play. And then they have a pretty cool. They have brawls also. In fact, that's where Heroes got the brawl thing from. Is Overwatch does it.
Mm-hmm.
And their brawl this week was a snowball fight.
Just like brawls.
Just like the one in Heroes of the Storm, yeah. And so this one there's a character in the game called May who's a frost character. She has a cold gun that freezes you, and then her the right click on that fires an icicle, and if you're frozen already, it does you extra damage. And so they took her character, and it's just 5 Mays versus 5 Mays, but none of your abilities work, and all you do is you have a single shot of the icicle gun, only shoots a snowball, and then you right click on snowbanks. There's like snowbanks all over the place. You right click on snowbanks to suck more snow up into your gun to shoot another snowball. And then when your ult charges, then you have infinite ammo on the snowballs for like 10 seconds. And it's just one hit, one kill with the snowballs. And so you're running around with May, just pop, 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 shooting snowballs at each other.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I played Titanfall 2 quite a bit at the end of the year.
Really?
And I played it, but I suck at it so badly. So badly. Like I'm really happy when I can get second to last place instead of last place in a match. And so I don't play it as much and I know if I played it more I'd get better at it, but I play it and I just suck terribly. I'm like, I'd rather go play a game like Heroes where I can win.
Speaking of shooters, another goal for 2017, my girlfriend has been complaining a lot that I win games endlessly, and she's really good at Call of Duty, so at some point in 2017 we are going to get an Xbox and play Call of Duty.
There you go.
So you can look forward to that in a future episode.
Well, and Titanfall is made by basically the people that made the best Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. That team, a bunch of the people from that development team quit and started their own company and made Titanfall. And so Titanfall plays extremely similarly to Call of Duty. It's very similar style, except giant robots.
Except for the giant robots.
Except for the giant robots and the parkour, and jetpacks and stuff. But generally speaking, it has the same kind of feel of like you're running, just like nonstop sprinting everywhere.
No, I know what you mean.
And the way like the guns feel and the way everything kind of, the kind of crunchiness to it.
Okay, so then after Titanfall,
Knights of the Old Republic, I reinstalled. I actually already had it installed. I never beat Knights of the Old Republic. I played it like 6 years ago.
but you know the ending,
I do know the ending. Well, I know. I mean, I know.
the big twist.
Spoilers. Spoiler alert for a game that came out in like 2001 or 2002. That you're actually Darth Revan and that you lost your memory. Yeah, I know that much.
Yeah,
I don't know anything else.
That's the big twist.
Yeah, I know that big twist. I've played before. I got about 25 hours into it, which was still not very far because I was just doing every possible side mission because that's how I play games like that. So a game like KOTOR for me, well, for instance, a game like another BioWare game, Dragon Age.
Yeah.
You could beat Dragon Age in like 20 hours, but I beat it in like 85
because there's so much stuff to do.
I do everything. I do every single person's loyalty quest. I do like romance and all that kind of stuff, and like outfit the army and all that kind of stuff. And so the same thing at KOTOR, I was just doing every possible side quest. Plus, I modded it, which I did mods that added entire worlds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 25 hours in, and my hard drive crashed, and I lost it all, and I never picked it back up.
Such an
until
awesome game.
I guess a couple of days ago, and I sat for an hour the other night downloading about 30 mods for it, and then actually played it. And so I'm not very far into it. I'm probably like 3 hours into it now, but I downloaded a mod that lets you start off as a Jedi, and that completely changes the game. And you would think it makes it easier, and it does make the beginning of the game easier, but long term I've read it makes it harder because you don't get any base class levels.
Oh, sure.
So start off as a level 1. You start off the game at level 2, level 1 with your base class, and level 1 with your Jedi class, and then you only gain Jedi levels for the rest of the game.
That's just like Fire Emblem. Everybody knows that you don't level up you don't promote your characters until level 20. If you do it at level 10, you're screwing yourself late game.
Exactly. And in KOTOR, generally speaking, people say to wait till level 7 before you become a Jedi. Level 7 or 8. Which in my original game, I think I waited till level 8. But yeah, so that is definitely a downside. I didn't realize that when I used the mod, but I'm already 3 hours. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's kind of cool. It changes the dialogue options to where people know you're a Jedi, and to where you say stuff like you're a Jedi in the beginning. Like so, in the beginning,
would you like a cheeseburger? I'm a Jedi.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, instead of being like, "Oh, you're a prisoner on this ship. We don't know what's going on with you," like instead, it's like, "I am a Jedi Guardian. I'm on the ship to help, blah blah blah," and like, so it's pretty cool. So like I said, it's making combat super easy early on, but I know late as they go in the game, it'll make it harder. Not having, for instance, I did a scoundrel start off, and so not getting the like 3 levels of critical strike and duelist and all that stuff that you get scoundrel's luck.
Mm-hmm.
If you get like when you like level 9 as a scout, if you get 9 levels as a scoundrel, you get plus 6 AC for free. It's free feats that you just get for being a scoundrel. You don't get any of that, so things like that. But it's fun. And then I just started tonight, actually, before you guys came over. Started playing Endless Sky, which is a free game on Steam that you can definitely play on your computer. It'll run on a potato. It is. When I was a kid, one of my absolute favorite games ever was a game called Escape Velocity. It was made by Ambrosia Software, and it was Mac only. It was a Mac, trialware is that what it's called? So like you could play it for a certain amount of time, and then you had to pay. And so if you had the free version, then you could play so many hours, and then at that point, this like pirate captain would contact you and be like, please, call this number and pay $5.99, whatever, however much it was. And then if you didn't pay, then he would come and kill you. And then you could still do it if you could escape from him, though, if you could, but he'd follow you to every system. And so you could technically keep playing but you'd be being followed around by this pirate captain with like an invincible fleet.
See, that's wrong to me. That's irony. They should have given you a way to have the game. Piracy. I'm trying to make a piracy joke here. You should have.
Oh no, you could start over. You can make a new character. Is once you had a single save go a certain number of hours. I think it was like a single save game go 10 hours. At that point, you're cut off, which is plenty. I mean, for free game, and it's so. Oh, I loved it. It was such a good game. I made so many characters on it and got them to 10 hours, and then made a new character. And all playing over at my friend's house, playing at Bo's house, because I didn't have a Mac. He had a Mac. They've never ported it to PC, and so I've always wanted it. And so I happened to a couple of nights ago just randomly be on Steam, like, I wonder if they ported Escape Velocity yet. So I did a search for Escape Velocity, and Endless Sky came up, and what it said was made by fans of Escape Velocity. Endless Sky is a tribute to this game, and it seems it seems like basically the exact same game.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah, and it's free, completely free. I mean, I think they had to make it free so they don't get sued. But and then there's actually like if you can use it, there's a high-res texture pack that ups the way everything looks. But it's still, I mean, it looks like a really well-made game from like 30 years ago or 25 years ago. So
I think we should
with nicer graphics.
With nicer, really?
Yeah, I mean, you saw it. You say nicer graphics.
I don't know what it looked like before.
Well, then 25 years. I mean, it didn't look like 25
okay.
years old. All right, that's enough video games.
Yeah, we need to move
movies.
on. I think we should just hit in and out of movies real quick, because I think TV is going to take up bulk of time here. So I think we should just run through a list of movies that we saw this year, and
you saw everything I've seen, plus like 20 more things.
Yeah, let's go down a list and say whether we saw it and whether or not we liked it.
Okay, well, we can look at a list of movies in 2016 if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so we're going to just flip through the list. All right,
okay,
do you want to start there, or do you want to end there?
Obviously, we need to start with Rogue One, because it was goddamn amazing.
Holy crap. Okay, there is nothing I am a bigger geek for than Star Wars. You know that. That is my number one fandom. You go to my classroom, I teach in a high school, and I have literally 38 Star Wars posters. Some of them are small. I have literally 38 Star Wars posters. I have like a 3-foot tall Darth Vader. I'm crazy about Star Wars. I think Rogue One might be the best Star Wars movie.
You still hold that opinion?
I still do. I saw it. Yeah, so you say still. I saw it a second time today. I also never do that. I don't think I've ever gone to see a movie twice in the theater.
You want to hear something funny? Yeah. Little side note here. The movie that I saw more than any other movie in the theater, Star Wars Episode 2. That was coincidental. It's not because I think Episode 2 is
Were you
wonderful.
working in a theater?
No. What happened at the time is I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and we wanted to have a solid X Factor, and we wanted to try out different movie theaters to see which movie theater was best. And we went to 7 different movie theaters, and we saw Star Wars Episode 2.
Wait.
And it turns
what
out,
movie theater is the best? What do you mean?
We went to different movie theaters to see, well, I like this one for the popcorn. I like this one for the bathrooms. I like this one for the waitresses, if there are waitresses in movie theaters. Anyway, I saw Star Wars Episode 2 7 times in the movie theater. And by the way, the culmination of that story, the best theater of that time, there was a digital theater up in Dallas where we saw a digital production of Star Wars Episode 2. So.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, so let's keep this ball.
Yes, Rogue One. I think it might be the best Star Wars movie. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's my favorite movie, period. But I think Rogue One might be better.
New Hope is my favorite Star Wars, but holy hell, this one was absolutely amazing. And
it was so good.
And I said this before, I'll go ahead and say this on the record, is that Rogue One did 100 million times better at tying the story to Episode 4 than Episode 3 did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Episode 3 tried to tie into Episode 4, and it did just a horse shit job. This job was damn near perfect.
Yeah, it really was. I found, watching it the second time, I think the entire movie, 3 things that made me go, eh. And in fact, they didn't make me go, eh, they made me go, huh. It made me kind of like chuckle, like, well, that's a little silly, but I'm fine with it. There were 3 things the entire movie, and I don't want to get into them here. maybe we can have a spoilerific Rogue One breakdown as a separate episode.
Yeah, we can give Rogue
Because
One. We
this
could totally
movie's only
give,
been out for a week, so we're not going to get into spoilers for
we
it.
can definitely give Rogue One its own episode another time. The one
For
thing I
sure.
will say, we're not going to talk about spoilers, so I'll just hold that off to the next one. Suffice it to say, the last few minutes of the movie are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's
the
go
last
down
few
this
minutes.
list
All right.
for
So moving on.
2016.
All right. La La Land, I did not see.
Okay, we'll skip over the ones that neither one of us saw. Zootopia was awesome. Disney is kicking it into high gear. I failed to see Moana this year, but Zootopia was awesome.
Yeah, I heard
Totally
it was
awesome.
very good. I saw like a few minutes of it in like a restaurant, like it was on mute behind the counter.
And
At a
those few
yogurt
minutes
place.
of muted awesomeness.
And I was like, oh, that looks really cool.
it was really good. Very, very
Yeah.
creative.
I will definitely see it when it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there you go.
I'll be seeing it soon.
Captain America Civil War.
Really good.
Really good. Misappropriately named. Well, not really misappropriately named. I just feel like it should have been a Civil War movie and not a Captain America movie.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the thing about it is the Civil War story is very much the story of Captain America and Iron Man, and so making it you can make it Iron Man 4 Civil War or Captain America 3 Civil War.
Yeah.
Either way.
No, I get tethering it in.
It had more of the feel of Winter Soldier than
That's my thing.
than any of the Iron Man movies.
That's really my biggest complaint. Nobody really gave a shit about the Winter Soldier. Nobody really gave a shit about his part of the story. It ate up runtime. It bogged down the rest of the story that we all came there to see. That's really my problem.
I think I think that it did it. The thing with Winter Soldier, you mean Bucky?
Yeah.
Like when I was saying Winter Soldier, I mean it had more of the feel of the movie Winter Soldier. But as far as Bucky being in it, I think his purpose in it is just to be something to come between, Tony and Captain America.
But they didn't need that. They had the whole Registration Act. That's the point.
Oh, that's true. But I think that Bucky having killed Tony Stark's parents.
They didn't need to put that in there either.
Well, no, but I think what that did is it makes it, because otherwise, that's the problem with, like, if you've ever read the Civil War comic, is Tony Stark just seems out of character for how obsessively, like, Nazi-like he gets about the registration stuff. In the comic, anyway, it feels really out of character. It doesn't fit his character. And in the movie, I think if he didn't have a good personal reason, then it would feel like he's going too far, which he is. He is going too far in it. But they still want him to be endearing. They still want you to feel sympathy for both sides.
Overall, I liked it. I just think that it shouldn't have. Anyway.
No, I hear you.
Okay, so moving on. Finding Dory. I am a tremendously huge Pixar fan, and Finding Dory did not disappoint.
Cool.
It was outstanding.
I didn't see that.
I laughed my ass off in the movie theater, and I loved it.
I do like Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen's totally cool. Moving on, Deadpool, awesome.
Deadpool was really good. I watched it again recently, and it held up. It held up really well. It's very, very good. I liked just all the fourth wall stuff, and my favorite joke. One of my favorite jokes in the whole movie is the when they're at the X-Men mansion, and he's like, "Do you have any like other X-Men around there? No, couldn't afford them for this movie."
Oh yeah,
no. Like I like that because it just you get Colossus and that superhuman teenage cannonball
that nobody knows about.
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, the fourth wall stuff is totally accurate to the Deadpool character.
Yeah, and I don't like the Deadpool comic is the thing. I've never enjoyed the Deadpool comic.
I think Deadpool's fine.
I like him in video games. I liked him in Marvel Ultimate Alliance too.
Ultimate Alliance, such an awesome game.
And I liked him in the movie. So, but it was really good.
You know what I liked about Deadpool? My favorite stuff is when he was poking fun at the other Deadpool movie. That was awesome.
Oh, that was great.
That made me happy.
He had the action figure from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. That makes me happy.
That was funny.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Pokey Marina Baccarat.
No. That was nice.
That part was good too.
Moving on to Jungle Book. Excellent movie. I'm really enjoying Disney's live action stint.
They're doing the Lion King next.
I'm really happy with it. Cool. No, next to Beauty and the Beast, then Lion King.
Well, Beauty and the Beast already came out, didn't it?
No,
Oh, okay. I figured it already came out.
no, it's coming out in March, I believe. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Next, Hail Caesar by the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers are difficult to explain, and they're even more. I'm not going to say they're difficult to like, but they're definitely
An acquired taste.
an acquired taste.
They're probably after Tarantino, they're probably my favorite director.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
But I've not seen Hell Caesar. Well, see, I say that. So The Big Lebowski and
Lebowski and Fargo.
Fargo are two. I mean, Big Lebowski's in my top probably 10 favorite movies. Fargo's not in my top 10, but I do love Fargo.
Burn After Reading is an incredible movie.
Yeah, Burn After Reading is really
so
good.
But
Hell Caesar looked good. I just didn't get to see it. I like George Clooney, especially in comedic roles.
I really liked Hell Caesar. It had a real big No Country for Old Men. Was that Coen Brothers?
Was it?
I don't know. We sound like idiots right now. Anyway, I enjoyed Hell Caesar. It had a real big go nowhere feel to it. It had a lot of stuff that just kind of petered out. But I think that's the point. Is that in the story?
Well, that's Burn After Reading.
Just happens. Yeah, exactly.
Burn After Reading's that way. Burn After Reading, like they're like, oh, here we're just going to kill two of the main characters.
Well,
without any like pomp, or it's just like now they're dead.
But everyone in Burn After Reading had a story arc. It wasn't necessarily the case in Hell Caesar.
Oh.
I took several people to see Hell Caesar, and they all unanimously hated it. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Good job, Coen Brothers. I'll see you next movie.
Yeah.
Next is Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was great, but I liked it a lot. I think that Ben Affleck is the best Batman so far.
Ben Affleck. No, I'm going to go farther than that. I'm going to say Ben Affleck is the best combination Batman Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's the best Bruce Wayne. He's the best Batman. I loved Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck
in this.
I
honestly just want to see a movie of him. Which I know the next one is the Justice League movie is.
The next one is Justice League, but then we're going to get another.
Are we going to get a
We're going to get a Batman movie, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm not normally a huge fan of Ben Affleck. He's done good things here and there. I'm not normally a huge fan, but yeah, that movie, he nailed that freaking part.
I'd say I love Ben Affleck. I've never seen a Ben Affleck movie I didn't like, or never seen Ben Affleck in a movie I've never not liked Ben Affleck in a movie I've seen. I've avoided a lot of movies of his that are supposed to not be good. So I haven't seen.
You turn a blind eye.
I haven't seen like Jiggly or like Jersey Girl or.
You mean Geely?
Geely or Jersey Girl, but I really enjoy Ben Affleck a lot. I especially love him in small roles. I love him in Mallrats.
I just like Mallrats. I think it's a lot.
Well, yeah.
He kicked ass in Dogma. He was such a great part of Dogma.
He's so good in Dogma. He's the best character in Dogma. But yeah, Batman versus Superman. I didn't think it was that bad. It had some problems. It had a lot of problems, but I liked it. I'm not a fan of the guy that played Lex Luthor.
Oh no, no.
Is it Jesse Eisenberg?
It's Jesse Eisenberg. I like Jesse Eisenberg.
I like him in some things,
but not that role.
No, not that role. He was basically playing the Joker, but also on Lex Luthor.
They tried to do a different take on Lex Luthor.
It was not a good take. And then
I don't have a problem with the Martha scene. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's goofy the way they went about it. Where Batman's got Superman, he's about to stab him to the face.
Oh, that part, no, that didn't bother me at all.
Oh, go say hi to Martha.
Where you realize that Batman and Superman both have their mom?
That's when the screenwriters were like, "Hey,
was this on purpose? Did they just happen to have the same mom's name? No, that didn't bother me at all. No, I just didn't like him. I also didn't like the senator with the hammy accent. Holly Hunter. I'm sorry. I've grown up in the South. I've never met a person in real life with that thick of a Southern accent that graduated high school, for sure. There's a U.S. senator. It was ridiculous. It was so hammy, and I love on We Hate Movies. They're always making fun of it. They use the same voice for her and for Gary Busey.
We Hate Movies. You guys, if you ever get around to listening to this, we want to be you.
So much.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, I love them. But yeah, they use the same voice for that when they impersonate her or Gary Busey. and they use them interchangeably, and they know they do it, and so they make the same jokes, and they blend them, and it's pretty funny.
Those guys are awesome.
And she does sound like Gary. She sounds like freaking Gary Busey in that movie, and it's terrible. I could have honestly done without there being Lex Luthor in the movie at all. You didn't even need.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have pulled out Doomsday if they hadn't.
They could have had. Well, yeah, they did pull out Doomsday at the end.
That's what I said. They wouldn't have. Like,
no, they could have just had Doomsday land like he normally does
in
the comics. Doomsday, lands. He wakes up. He comes out. He jumps to Metropolis and starts knocking down buildings. And Superman comes and fights him and gets killed. And it could. I mean, you really didn't need Lex Luthor for that movie.
Yeah,
and
I guess that's
most
true.
of Lex Luthor's plot was pretty dumb.
I agree.
Well, it wasn't. His plot wasn't dumb. He was dumb. The actor was dumb. Everything else about it. But I still enjoyed the movie overall. And I thought Ben Affleck was awesome. I love brutal, murderous, torturous Batman.
Oh my God, yeah,
it was perfect. It was
totally awesome.
Was so Return of the Dark Knight. The Frank Miller
really
comic.
Good stuff.
The
really
Frank Miller comic. If you don't know Return of the Dark Knight, like 1985, they basically Batman had become just a gay joke because of the TV series. And
so Frank Miller did us all a great big favor.
Yeah, and made Batman dark. And it's a Return of the Dark Knight. It's an amazing comic. It's a run. It's 12 issues, and it's pretty. If you haven't read it, I mean, it's amazing. But anyway, Batman vs Superman, they were definitely channeling that.
Good movie.
So Arrival, we both really want to see and haven't seen. Right?
I have not seen.
It looks so amazing.
Get around to it eventually.
Got to see it. Probably not going to make it into the theater before it's out. I don't even know if it's in the theaters anymore.
I doubt it.
So you have to wait till it's on Netflix, I guess, or Redbox. But
next is 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is I think I read somewhere that they were talking about doing like a Cloverfield anthologies type movies where they're not direct sequels or prequels, they're all just it's all happening.
Well, now the story behind it though. It originally had nothing to do with Cloverfield at all. It was originally like a Hitchcock movie. It was originally like a Hitchcock style movie, just about a crazy guy in a bunker and all that. And then J.J. Abrams? Yeah, got a hold of it. And he's like, what if we put this in Cloverfield? And they changed everything, and they changed it, and they changed the ending.
Well, it totally worked out. I really enjoyed that movie. John Goodman is a total badass.
I love John Goodman.
And because of Scott Pilgrim, if you remember from our first podcast, one of my favorite movies, because of Scott Pilgrim, I will forever have a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, I like her.
But yeah, great movie. Really great movie.
I did not see it. I wanted to see it.
When you finally get around to seeing it, I think it's really good. But as you've pointed out on numerous occasions, I tend to like stuff. Not so the case with Ghostbusters. I was really unimpressed with that movie. I didn't think any of the characters were funny. Well, that's not true. I thought I thought Kristen Wiig would have been my favorite, but no, the blonde. I don't even know her name, but she was really funny in that movie.
That's cool.
She was really good.
I really like Kristen Wiig. I like
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. I'm back and forth.
Are you talking about Leslie Jones?
Yeah, Leslie. I like Leslie Jones. She's on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I like her on Saturday Night Live.
I love
Kristen Wiig. Well, I don't watch Saturday Night Live religiously, but I watch it some. And I think Leslie Jones has a really good comedic timing.
I'm sure she does. Really I just didn't appreciate her in this movie, and I'd never seen her.
Yeah, I didn't see it. And we'll say we were both 100% on board of female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with female Ghostbusters. Honestly, I think that they should just make it Ghostbusters and cast the best people, whether they're man or woman or black or whatever. But make it all female. I don't care. I don't care about that. I just don't particularly think these Ghostbusters are funny. I think the writers.
The actors are funny, so it had to be the writing.
It had to be the writing, and I blame it on the development hell and Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and whatever the hell happened. I don't know what the actual story is. I know the rumors that I read about it going back and forth, and this guy doesn't want to do it, and this guy doesn't want to do it, and so on and so forth. But I will say that aside from Harold Ramis, rest in peace, all the original Ghostbusters have cameos in the movie.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah. So that's kind of awesome.
Even Winston?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Ernie Hudson, great actor. Great actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really didn't care for the Ghostbusters. I really didn't.
No, too bad. Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange was awesome. Did you see that?
I didn't get to see it. I wanted to see it.
It was really good. Next, we're going to move through these a little bit
I wanted to see The Nice Guys. I heard it was really good.
It was really good. I really liked it.
Suicide Squad, I heard, was a just absolute abortion of a movie. But
Which
you liked it, right?
I don't understand. I thought it was really good.
I did not see it. Everything I read about it was that it was one of the worst movies probably the worst movie made this year.
Yeah, Rolling Stone said it was the worst movie of the year or the biggest disappointment or something along those lines, and I don't understand.
It looked really not good to me, as
really
much as I would like to like it, but I didn't see it.
It's really good. I mean, everyone's complaint. The only complaint I had about it was that Will Smith played Will Smith. He didn't play Deadshot. He played Will Smith. That was the only complaint I had about it.
Admittedly, my knowledge of Deadshot is a handful of appearances in a couple of comics. I think he was in one of the Arkham games.
He was in Arkham City, at least.
Yeah, and then his run on Arrow, and I like him on Arrow, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, so next is Star Trek Beyond, which I liked. I didn't like it as much as the first two, but I did really like it.
I liked the first, this 2009 Star Trek. I liked, even though I have issues with it. The second one,
Into Darkness.
The Benedict, yeah, I liked parts of that movie. I liked the overall plot of the movie. I didn't love the movie overall, and then I didn't see Beyond. Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of Pets was really good. I took my kid to see that one. That was really fun.
Independence Day Resurgence. I did not want to see. It looked awful.
I wanted to see it, and then I saw a trailer for it, and then I didn't want to see it.
All reports are that it was really bad.
X-Men Apocalypse I really liked.
I wanted to see it. Again, I heard mostly bad things about it, but some good.
I'm not going to say that I really liked it. I liked it. It had the same problem as X-Men 3, in that they just try to cram in too many characters, but that's the problem you're going to have in an X-Men movie.
Yeah. That's always been the problem with the X-Men comics. Every time I picked up an X-Men comic, I was like, who the F are like half these characters?
It's just...
I loved X-Men. I collected X-Men as a kid. It was like my favorite comic.
That's the issue with that world, is there's just so many characters.
Fantastic Beasts.
Did not see it.
Did me either. I wanted to see it.
I wanted to see it. Haven't seen it. Sausage Party was not very good.
Yeah, Sausage Party looked awful.
And that's a shame, because I like Seth Rogen. I like James Franco. I liked all that cast. That movie I did not care for. I don't like Selma Hayek, actually. I don't like Selma Hayek.
I like Selma Hayek fine. But...
Alice Through the Looking Glass was fine, completely unnecessary. And then Central Intelligence, I liked. I think The Rock hammed it up a little bit. I'm sorry, I think Dwayne Johnson hammed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it worked for the role. It worked for the movie. It was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to see it a little bit just because I like both those actors, but it also looked really dumb. So
yeah,
it's the kind of movie. There's a lot of movies that came out this year that I'm like, oh, that'll be really cool when it comes on Netflix, but I'm not going to go spend $8 to go see it.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I was for a lot of these movies.
Okay, let's jump into TV because I think this is going to be a big category.
All right, so I watch a ton of TV. I watch between streaming and television. I watch way too much television. I spend more time with that than I do gaming, even probably. I think this is such a long year of like so many good shows. It's hard for me to say what's my favorite show of the year, but I say Westworld is up there.
Sadly, haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I will get to watch Westworld whenever Game of Thrones comes back on and we resubscribe to HBO.
Yeah, Westworld is. I mean, if you've heard it described as Jurassic Park, but instead of dinosaurs, it's robot cowboys. That's correct. It's on the surface, but then it gets so much deeper than that, and with issues of what is consciousness, what does it mean to be alive, and all that kind of stuff. It really gets into that kind of like
philosophy.
What is that? What is the movie Ex Machina?
Oh yeah.
That kind of stuff. Like it gets into that stuff a lot, and it's a lot. It was very, very iRobot kind of stuff. It was very good. And twist. Oh, the twist. There's a big twist in the middle that a lot of people saw and a lot of people didn't see. I didn't see, and it blew me away. But then the twist at the very end, I cannot possibly comprehend that anybody could have seen the twist. It was such a big twist, and then it made complete sense. And it was amazing. And the last episode of that show was one of the best hours of television this year. But speaking of the best hour of television this year, the first episode of The Night Of, maybe the best.
Haven't seen that either.
That was such a amazing show, gut-wrenching, traumatic. It was so good. And that first episode is especially good. But the whole series is really good. All right, well, something you did see, Daredevil season 2 was this year, right?
Daredevil season 2
That
was
was
this
in like
year.
February, March. Yeah.
Hell, I don't recall. I want to say June actually, but I'm really
No,
not
I
sure.
watched it. I watched it in May. I watched it in June, but it came out before. But yeah, Daredevil season 2 with the Punisher, with what's his name?
You know,
from,
John Barenthal.
John Barenthal from The Walking Dead.
I hated that fucker in The Walking Dead, but man, he was good in this show.
Oh, he was amazing.
Oh man, he was good as the Punisher.
The best Punisher I've ever seen.
Ah,
Best Punisher I've seen, comic, cartoon, movie.
no offense, Aaron
everything.
Eckhart. John Barenthal is a damn good Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, he was so good. Was it Aaron Eckhart in the one with John Travolta?
You
No,
know,
that's Tom Jane.
yeah, I think that's right.
Aaron Eckhart. When did Aaron Eckhart play?
He played the Punisher way back. I don't know what year. Way back when.
Oh, I really like that Punisher movie from like the early 2000s where John Travolta is the bad guy. And it's Thomas Jane is the Punisher. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
John Travolta has no business playing a villain.
I don't think he has a business playing anything these days. He's become a caricature of himself.
This is not part of our theme for today's episode, but I'm going to take back what I just said because Face Off is a really goddamn good movie.
I love Face Off. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a fun movie.
I loved it.
It's a John Woo. It's an American John Woo movie.
It's not an Oscar winner, absolutely.
No, but it's a good.
Damn, I love that movie.
Yeah, I like it too. It's basically giving Nicolas Cage and giving Nicolas Cage an excuse to be as crazy as he wants to be. And it works instead of it ruining a movie like it often does. Daredevil season 2 was so amazingly good, so good. I really loved it. Orange is the New Black season 4.
Oh shit! I love that show.
I love that show too.
Oh
and
man!
Season 4. So I read the book when the show first came out, and the first season takes a lot of stuff from the book, but then after that, it's gone off on its own thing. Because in real life, she was in prison for 10 months and had no incidents. No violence, no going to the shoe.
Yeah, I read recently.
Nothing at all.
I read recently that the character in the pilot episode received an 18-month sentence, and I was like, well, shit. She's been in a lot longer than that.
Well, it's actually only been 18. It hasn't even been 18 months yet. If you watch with her, but
with all the time jumps, I would think
they haven't. I don't think so. I think she's still in there. Her sentence hasn't been extended.
It seems like it's been a long.
It does seem alive. It does seem that way. But yeah, Orange is the Black is so good.
Such a good show.
It's like the end of season. No, it's season 4 where the end of season 3, and the beginning of season 4.
What are you doing?
Well, just that the main character is sort of like a villain for a while.
Oh yeah.
And it's awesome. Her as a villain. Oh, her is such just like a white bread villain. It's great.
At the end of season 3, she becomes kind of villainous, and it totally bites her in the ass in season 4.
I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good season. All right, so Arrow, I got into this year. I binged through the first 4 seasons on DVD, and watching the 5th season now. And it's one of my favorite shows.
Ugh.
You don't like it?
I liked the first season a whole lot. I really enjoyed the second season a whole lot. I had to stop about 3 or 4 episodes into season 3 because it was ridiculous. Everyone's a superhero.
Was season 3 the one with Deathstroke?
That was season 2.
Season 2 is with Deathstroke?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the bad guy in season 3?
I don't know.
Season 4 is Damien Dark. Or is that season? Yeah. Season 4 is Damien Dark. I don't remember who season 3's villain was anymore.
Yeah.
Oh. No, you think it gets ridiculous. In season 4, there's nuclear weapons. Actually, nuclear weapons actually fall. Like, there's a nearby town is nuked.
What the hell? Really?
Yeah, the stakes get high.
Okay,
there's also magic. Season 4, the main bad guy is a wizard.
This is a Green Arrow show. Come on now.
Green Arrow got silly in the comics too, but no, I thought it was good. And what I will say is they with this, I was gonna say they did all of that. They killed about half those new heroes, or spun the others off onto new shows. So they sent White Canary off onto her own show. She's on basically the DC's version of like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
I want to see that show.
Yeah, they sent her. Yeah, I don't watch it. And they had a big 4-series crossover recently of Supergirl, Flash, Green Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. And so I watched the Legends of Tomorrow episode of it. and it was really good. It was actually a cool show.
I want to see it.
I didn't want to watch it mainly because Captain Cold is on it, and I hate freaking Captain Cold.
Why?
That actor is so terrible.
Oh, the actor. Okay.
I hate the actor. Well, the character is just a guy with a frost gun. So
Yeah.
whatever.
So why do you hate that guy? He's just a cold man.
No, it's the actor. Like he's so hammy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's silly. But yeah, no. I love Arrow. Flash. I love even more.
Haven't seen it. It's on my Netflix list. Haven't
Season
seen it.
3 of The Flash is. I mean, season 1 was good. Season 2 was amazing. Season 3 is even better than season 2. It's so good. They've introduced Kid Flash now.
Well, that's a good recommendation.
Yeah. So in the comics, I believe right now the Flash is Wally West, and in the TV show it's Barry Allen, who was the Flash back in like the 1970s, 1980s.
Yeah.
The not Silver Age, but the age after Silver Age. And then but in the TV show it's Barry Allen, but they introduced Wally West at the end of season 2. No, in the middle of season 2, but he finally got his powers in this season, and so now there's Kid Flash in it, and it's because that's in the comics. That's what happens is Barry Allen makes Wally West Kid Flash, and then Barry Allen eventually becomes so fast that he just like transcends space and time and disappears into the Speed Force, and Wally West became the Flash, and that's what happened in the comics anyway. But so yeah, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I continue to watch. I'm not caught up on season 4. I'm not loving season 4. It's
Ghost Rider.
It's like Ghost Rider should have been a 2-episode arc, not the meaning of the entire season. It's so much so that when they introduce the show, they have like a Ghost Rider emblem over the Marvel. Like it's like Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fire.
They're so excited that they got him.
They're so excited that they have Ghost Rider in it, and I'm okay with the fact that he doesn't have a motorcycle, but I don't like it.
What?
No, he drives a car. Right? He has like a hot rod. He has like a Ford Mustang or something. No, it looks like a Challenger, a Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, for everybody confused by my confusion, I've only seen like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I mentioned this before, but I'd like to see the show. I really liked it, but no, a car really.
Ghost Rider with a car, yeah. He like runs people over with a car and then gets out and whips them with his fire chains and like sets them on fire and stuff. And now he looks cool, and the actor playing him is good. It's they went for like a Latino Ghost Rider, and so there's a lot of stuff with like being like with like Mexican gangs and the barrio and all that kind of stuff in LA. So that's neat, but it's just they need to move on from it. And so I've only seen like the first like 5 episodes of the season, and then I've got the others recorded and I just haven't caught up on them yet. I think there's like 5 more I haven't seen, but I know from looking at the titles and stuff that Ghost Rider's still in it in like the 10th episode. So anyway, Jessica Jones.
I watched that in 2015, so I can't.
Oh no, I thought that came out this year. I thought.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I watched it this summer.
Yeah, no, and it's really good. It's a really good show.
It's so good. It was really good. Yeah.
For anybody who was thirsting for more David Tennant after he left Doctor Who, watch this show if you haven't already, because David Tennant's awesome, and you really get a whole lot of an evil Doctor Who feel from what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt season 2.
Not a fan of that show.
Yeah, I love that show so much. I love Jane Krakowski on it.
I like Jane Krakowski.
I love the idea of her as like a Native American that's pretending to be white, to be a white socialite. I love it. I wrote down some other shows, but those are really the big ones. Oh, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things came out this year, and that truly lives up to the hype that it's gained.
I am on. So there's 8 episodes,
and
I'm in the middle of the 7th episode right now.
I have
1.5 hours left of it, and I can't bring myself to finish it because I don't want it to be over.
Yeah. We got a new season coming out.
It's really good. It's of new shows. It might be my favorite show. New show of the year. I mean, that and Westworld might be my favorite new shows of the year.
Speaking of new shows, I recently started watching a show called Timeless that airs on NBC.
Yeah.
It's not through the first season yet, but they're taking a break right now for a few weeks, I guess for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah. Everybody does that now. They do like a winter finale.
But yeah, the first 10 episodes I've seen, and it's about time travel. The pilot, there's this the pilot episode. There's this terrorist who comes and steals a time machine, and he goes back. They don't know why he went back, so they send another time machine after him. And anyway, the premise of the show: this guy's trying to destroy America, before it becomes as well established as it is right now. And so he's going back to different world events, the assassination of Lincoln, the Hindenburg disaster, so on and so forth. And it's just a really good show.
That's cool. There's a show similar in premise to that I really love called Continuum.
I've heard of that show.
You can watch the whole series on Netflix because it got canceled. But that's a really good show with the same premise. It's a time cop. It's time cop basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And terrorists use a time machine, go to the past. Time cop follows them.
I have a feeling that Timeless, which this show's called Timeless, I have a feeling that it's going to get canceled after the first season because it just doesn't have a huge following. I have trouble finding anything about it online, so I'm guessing the ratings are really low.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be a damn shame because I'm really enjoying it. And I've always been partial to time machine, to time travel stuff like books and games and whatnot. But yeah, it's a really good show, and if it gets canceled, I'll be very sad. But shows get canceled, Firefly, and it happens. There's nothing you can do about it.
Speaking of Firefly, Alan Tudyk is K2SO and Rogue One.
Oh yeah, that's a good touch.
The Colony. Did you see that?
I
think that was on ABC. It's I love I love like dystopian, like 1984 kind of stuff, and it's a sci-fi thing. It's where aliens have colonized or have come and invaded Earth and taken over, and so it's if you've ever played Half-Life 2, it's like that, whereas like humans are living like in walled cities, and it's basically like there's like ghettos like the Nazis did in World War II, where they live there and they can live out their lives and stuff, but there's like it's like a police state, and there's no like a lot of amenities. They don't have a lot of like amenities they need and stuff. Like there's areas of the city that don't have power or don't have running water and stuff like that. But it's in LA. It's the season 1 anyway took place in LA, and it's really cool. Like the main character is a police officer who gets roped in the pilot episode, gets caught trying to sneak out of the city to go find his like son was visiting relatives in a different town, and so he's trying to go see if his son's even alive, and he gets caught because terrorists blow up the checkpoint that he's in, and when he's like being snuck through in a vehicle, and so they find him in the wreckage, and so they end up roping him in because he's a former police officer. They end up roping him in to being a police with the collaborators, and so he's a member of like the alien government police trying to hunt down the terrorist. And his wife, who's played by the woman that played Lori on Walking Dead, she's good in this. She's a member of the terrorist cell. Her husband doesn't know, and it's really cool. So like she's a terrorist, but they're the good guys. But they do kill innocents sometimes too, and she's not cool. It's really good. It kind of deals with the whole like, would you be a collaborator? Would you be a terrorist? Would you just stand by in the middle? Kind of thing, and they do that with their website. They have like you could go on and choose to be a collaborator or to be a terrorist, and all that kind of stuff on their website.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, so there's that, and I think that's it. We should move on to
one more thing before. Just a little brief thing. I watched Aziz Ansari's show, Master of None.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh, such a good show.
That was really good. I guess I watched that this year. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Aziz Ansari.
I love that. Did you read his book?
No.
So he had a book come out this year also, or maybe the end of last year, called Modern Romance. And it's a lot of Master of None is based on things from that book. Because the book is it's a humorous sociological study on dating in the modern world. Mm-hmm. And he worked with a sociologist to write it. And so he's using actual studies and everything. And then he based the episodes. If you listen, like he said in interviews, that a lot of the episodes of Master of None are based off of things from the book, and there's some things in that show that are straight up chapters from the book, like when they go to the wedding.
Yeah.
That scene from when they go to that episode when they go to the wedding, that's straight out of that's an actual thing that happened to him that he talks about in the book.
Well, I'm gonna have to read that book.
So yeah, if you get the audiobook, he narrates it, and he sits there and goes, "Now this part. Those suckers that bought the print edition, they're not getting to hear this. This is just for you, buddy." And it's really cool. He does a lot of like just messing around fourth wall kind of stuff with it.
I love Aziz Ansari. He's so great.
I love Aziz Ansari. Oh, I've been watching Parks and Rec again recently, just like randomly, just like picked a season on it. I think I just like clicked on season 5.
Yeah.
And just started watching Parks and Rec again. I love him so much. But yeah, so speaking of books,
Let's get books. We're probably running up the runtime right now. What are we at right now, actually? Okay, so
why don't we just
books.
say why don't we just both say favorite book of the year, and then we'll talk about books more in a different episode.
Shit. All right, you go first.
I'm gonna go with Leviathan Wakes, book 1 of The Expanse, which I read that after Sci-Fi Channel did a series off of it, which the second season's coming out soon. The series on Sci-Fi Channel was each episode was kind of hit or miss if it was that great or not. The book was really great, so I think I'll go with Leviathan Wakes.
I'm gonna have to pick Wise Man's Fear. Patrick Rothfuss.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's one of my favorite
it's
books.
not. It's obvious, and it's not a new book by any means.
Oh,
but
no.
I read it this year, and I freaking loved that. Oh man.
So you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Patrick
awesome.
Rothfuss. Oh god, he's.
Wise Man's Fear is very good.
Both of those books are so.
They
good.
are really good. I can't decide if I like Name of the Wind or Wise Man's Fear more.
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
I wouldn't be able to pick.
Whenever I think about things that happen in them, sometimes I can't remember which book it was in either. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, they're really good. We should also mention that our favorite author, Brandon Sanderson, just put out a book, Arcanum Unbounded.
I haven't read it.
Yeah, you've read a lot of it. You've read most of it, actually, because it's just a collection of all of the short stories and novellas that he's ever written
And you haven't
that
finished
have
it
anything
yet?
to do with the Cosmere. I haven't finished it because when it gets to White Sand, it just has an excerpt. And so I stopped reading Arcanum Unbounded so I could read White Sand, and I think I have like 5 pages left of White Sand.
I was gonna say you can get through White Sand in an hour.
Oh, I take the time. But yes, you could. Because White Sand's a graphic novel, and it's pretty short. But yeah, it's really cool. The thing I really love about it is that like world jumping sociologist that he introduced in Words of Radiance. That's also in Mistborn Secret History and in Bands of Mourning.
Wow, where was she in Path of Radiance?
She's in one of the interludes in Words of Radiance. And then she's in Bands of Mourning. She dances with Wax. It might be
She just goes and talks to Wax.
Shadow of Self. She dances with him at the governor's
I thought
ball.
she just went up and talked to him.
No, she dances with him.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Mistborn Secret History. She's in there She's one
of the people walking around on the little island. Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, she is the writer. She's the in-character writer of Arcanum Unbounded. She's actually, it turns out, she's the one who's been writing the Ars Arcana at the end of all of his.
Yeah, I remember you.
Which never occurred to me those were supposed to be. I thought those were just glossaries or appendices. Never occurred to me they were supposed to be like a book.
Leave it to Sanderson.
I know, right? And so she introduces each world in Arcanum Unbounded. She introduces each star system of the Cosmere and talks about that system and how it developed and what the shards are that created it. And then there will be 2 or 3 novellas or short stories like.
Well, finish this book so I can read it because that sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, I need to do that because I'm gonna lend it to you on. I bought it on Kindle, but I can do the Kindle one. So.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Well, we'll work that out later, I guess.
That's our 2016
That's
episode.
2016. Yeah, it's Boxing Day when we're recording this. But we'll hopefully have it up before New Year's. I'm going out of town tomorrow, so we'll have to see. It might be a couple of days before I get it up online.
No rush.
But so maybe you'll listen to this on New Year's, or if you exist.
Maybe you'll listen to this in 2025 and you're trying to research humanity.
Find out what went wrong.
Anyway,
it was 2016. That was what went wrong.
It was totally
Spoilers.
2016.
It was totally 2016.
Anyway, we'll try to have an episode for you here in a couple of weeks.
We'll try to be a little more regular. I'd like to do one every 2 weeks if we can.
Yeah, our original idea was once a week. That didn't work.
Yeah, that's a full stream.
So I think so far we're averaging once a month, but we'll try to knock it down to once every other week. For because obviously you guys are just hungry for more episodes.
Yeah, all 2 of you.
My inbox is just flooded on a daily basis, so we'll try to get this down. But yeah, so that was 2016. We'll see you next year.
I'm Kerry.
And I'm Brandon.
We're Middle Aged Geeks.